Hi, and welcome to our Today's Plan tutorial on managing your files. So we're going to head over and click on this button here. And if you're importing data from TrainingPeaks, we'll go ahead and click on this tab here. And the first thing to note is that this section will lay out the exact sequence of first exporting your data from TrainingPeaks and then importing it into Today's Plan. And we're going to walk you through each of these steps. So our first step is going to be to head over to TrainingPeaks. We're going to click on our TrainingPeaks settings. After that opens up, we'll head over to export data. And the first piece of data, and again, it's important to follow this sequence. Our first piece of data will be our custom metrics. So another important thing to know, you can only export data in 1 year chunks. So if you have multiple years of data that you're wanting to export and bring into Today's Plan, you'll have to do that one at a time in 1 year chunks. So after you enter in that time frame here, you'll click export, and then that data will be residing on your computer and then ready to import into Today's Plan. So we'll head back over here to Today's Plan. We'll click on this select metrics.csv file. That'll take us to where we've downloaded that on our computer, import it, and then we're good with that step. So the next step, we're going to walk you through that one. So these are actually going to be our workout files. So these are the actual raw data files that came from our cycling computer and then got pushed to TrainingPeaks. So we're going to be bringing those out of TrainingPeaks and back into Today's Plan. So same kind of deal here, 1 year chunks. We're going to click export. Now this export is a little bit different. These files will actually be exported in a zip folder. So with that .zip folder sitting on your computer, you'll double click on that zip folder, and then it will unzip those, and then you'll have another folder that will contain all of those raw data files. After you've unzipped those and they're sitting there, then they're ready to bring into Today's Plan. So again, if you have multiple years of data, then you'll have to do that export a couple times and unzip a couple folders. That'll have all your historical data files in there. So we're going to head back over here to Today's Plan. We're going to click on Upload Activity, and then we can manually select, by clicking on this link here, we can manually select those files as they're sitting on our computer. Or if you wanted to do it another way, you could open up 2 different windows on your computer, and you could simply drag and drop the files that were sitting on your computer onto this window here. So after you've done that, you'll notice a dialog here that will show you that those files are being imported and processed into Today's Plan. So after you've confirmed that those files have been uploaded and processed properly, and they're in that calendar view that you can see, then you can do this final step. Now this is really an optional step, and what it's doing is it's taking the summary data and comments or workout instructions that are in TrainingPeaks, and it's layering that on top of your raw data files that have already been listed here. So if you want to skip that step, it's fine. Your ride data is still going to be there in your account. If you want to have everything together in one place, then you'll go through this final step here. So again, we're going to head over to TrainingPeaks. We're going to export these workout summary files, 1 year chunks, click export, come back over to Today's Plan, and then we're going to select that file from here. And then that'll layer those comments and other summary information on top of our raw data files. So after you've done that historical export and import, now we're ready to start looking to the future, right? So we're going to click here on our settings, go to our account settings, click on connections. And this is where we will make connections. So our future ride files will be pushed from whatever service we're using into Today's Plan. So if you're using Garmin Connect, this is where you will establish that connection. So your ride files from Garmin Connect will be pushed into Today's Plan. If you're using a Wahoo computer, you'll actually set up this connection from the Wahoo app to where each time you finish a ride, it'll push into Today's Plan. So of course, if you have any problems with this export, import, and managing files, please let me know, and we'll get you hooked up. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.